I recently started my career as a university instructor, welcoming the difficulties and unknowns of this new phase. My journey took me to a public university in a nearby urban district, where I made my teaching debut in the cool September weather. The burden of responsibility fell squarely on my inexperienced shoulders, especially as I looked at my eager first-year class. I was standing in front of my classroom one day, going over a standard writing task with my aspiring students. The room was buzzing with youthful conversation and the aroma of aspiration. I had no idea that this day would plunge me into a terrifying nightmare. The university's public address system suddenly sprung into life, its speakers spewing a horrifying message that gave me the chills. Lockdown. Lockdown. Not a drill, this. This is not a drill, I say again. I groped for my phone, attempting to make sense of the situation as panic overcame me. I was never made aware of any lockdown exercises taking place at this time of year. I wondered if this was a rehearsal or something more sinister as anxiety tore at my insides. My heart was pounding as I followed protocol, turning down the lights and directing my kids to the corners of the room, out of the path of the windows and door. My meager experience provided little solace in this uncertain situation. Minutes seemed to drag on for an agonizingly long time, and furious banging could be heard echoing down the hallway. As the mayhem drew near, my heartbeat became louder and more rhythmic. As the unrelenting beating drew closer, I could see my classmates' eyes becoming red with fear. When one of my students could no longer keep their terror inside, they broke the silence. Fear permeated the dense atmosphere as a result of their shouts, which penetrated it. An uncomfortable silence descended as the frightening knocking from outside had stopped. A male voice broke through the silence and entered our fortress of fear. He said, "Hey guys, I think there's someone in here." And with each syllable, a new wave of fear swept through my body. My awareness that this was not a drill struck me like a freight train. As more footsteps approached our safe refuge, frenzied attempts to break down the door increased. My students clung to one another in that frantic situation, their eyes wide with fear. I lacked the training to lead us through such horrors, therefore I was unprepared for this terrifying ordeal. 2 thunderous gunshots rang out of nowhere, but they weren't fired by the intruders. As soon as they came, the cops started firing their rifles in an effort to defend us. The intruders ran away into the dim university hallways. Before we finally got the anxiously expected all-clear signal, it felt like an eon. Later it was discovered that the intruders were college students, their motivations unknown. When questioned, they remained evasive, providing hazy justifications and denied any malign intent. 2 years later, I'm still lecturing in the same classroom at the same university. However, the gunshot wounds from that terrible occurrence are still visible indentations in the university's walls, serving as a haunting reminder of the evil that can lurk even in the revered classrooms of higher learning.